talk about is the tone you're hearing. What I'm using is Slapback Echo, and it's a delay. Because I'm playing through the computer and software, I can dial it in, but what you need for rockabilly is some type of what they call Slapback Echo. And what it is basically is they go about a millisecond to anywhere from 3 milliseconds for the echo as far as playing back. You also want it for rhythm fairly loud in the mix, so it'll sound like this. You can hear it real quick come back at me. Sounds like I'm hitting 2 notes when I'm really only hitting 1. So that's rhythm. For lead, you want it not quite as loud in the mix. You want it at the same delay, but not quite in the mix as much. So for the rhythm, I've got it kind of loud in the mix, so it sounds like I'm strumming the chord twice, but I'm really only strumming it down up, and there's no other follow-up after that. I've got my delay set at about 1.25 milliseconds and pretty wet in the mix. I'll go over the chords first, and I'll show you the lead after that. The chords are, we got a C minor, then we come to an A sharp 7th, to a G sharp 7, to a G7. So we're doing down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And he does that rhythm basically whenever there's no singing. Whenever there is singing, it's a down strum. So those chords are the first part of it. Does 4 sets of that with the ooh, 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 and then they sing. And the singing again is. Then he answers the singing with a. And you can hear how the slapback kind of sounds like a second strum, but it's really not. So anyhow, there's in the verses. Then we come to the chorus part, and we switch to right below the C minor with our 6th root. We come down to it F minor, and this is a full minor. So then we go down to a D sharp, to a C sharp, and then to a C7th. So to play this C7th, what I'm doing is I've got my 3rd fret of the 5th string followed by the 4th string at the 5th fret. Because I'm barring, then I've got the 3rd string at the 3rd fret, and then the B string, the 2nd string on the 5th fret, and the E string is barred again at the 3rd fret. And that's an up strum. The opening lead goes like this. What we're doing is we're sliding from the 7th fret to the 8th on the 2nd and 1st string. Then we strike it again. Then we're doing on the 3rd string at the 10th fret, we're going to strike it, bend it up, bring it down, and release to the 8th fret. And then we hit it again and release. So what we have so far is this. Then he comes into a little arpeggio, and this is, we're going from the 5th string at the 10th fret to the 9th fret, 4th string, to the 8th fret on the 3rd and 2nd string. Then the next 2 notes, we take our small finger, bring that to the 11th fret on the 4th string. Then we hit the 3rd string at the 10th fret. Then we have to do a little move back, and we catch the 4th string at the 7th fret. And and hit the 3rd string at the 8th fret. So all together real slow, it'll sound like this. Then there's the bass guitar for 1 measure, and then you come in and you're plucking octaves. You're playing just the 6th and 4th string. So we're doing that in the C, then we come down to A sharp, to G sharp, and then to G. Then we start with our chords. Now if you have a whammy bar or a Strat single coil, it sounds fine in the middle position, and use your whammy bar just a little bit in this intro. Just a slight. Only in that beginning with the double stops. So here's the first lead run and kind of the jazzy chord part. I'll play it all as one and then I'll break it down for you. The 8th fret position, and what we're going to do first is strike the 3rd string at the 10th fret, give it a little vibrato, and then we strike on the 8th fret the 1st and 2nd string. Then we're going to do a little pull off, then hit the 4th string. So what we have so far is this. So that's kind of the first little part of the lick. Hit the 4th string at the 8th fret, slide back, and then we come back to A, and back. So what we have so far is then there's a little hammer-on, and that hammer-on's kind of weird. It took me a while. I listened to it. I thought he was doing this, but it didn't sound right. It's actually the 4th finger. So it goes like this.